Yo, more money, welcome.
The coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
We've been losing.
Matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either
side,
Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
He might want another play. Going to swing it on second down. Buys a little time with his feet. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Wants to throw on third down. Gets it out fast. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Wants to keep it in the air. Caught over the middle. It's Moffitt. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Oh, better look out! They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
It's complete on the right side. He's got it out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And another nice game by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Caught behind the line. It's Moffitt. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
I tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to.
Breaks into the open.
Come on, man.
20 with a first down at the 19.
How about the offense, man? Dialing up the screenplay on third down. They needed a play. Sometimes people like the screen, sometimes they don't. You got to call it at the right time. And they pick the right opportunity. They get the third down conversion and a new set of downs.
Scrambling away. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
So now It's second and long. Tight end now in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
Gets it inside the 5, and now it'll be first and goal from the 4.
This offense is putting a drive together. Nice job. Opening drive, you got a script. You want to execute. You want to go down the field, really set the tone. Nice third down conversion. And now set up first and goal. This offense has a chance to really make a statement.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again. He noses his way into the end zone.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football.
You gotta play natural type shit.
Being physical and really setting the tone for this football game.
And he'll bring it back. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. The Tigers offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinator,
Damn, it's like, I just don't know what I gotta do for the person that I want to be playing linebacker. To be playing linebacker, man. Just goddamn.
ball game. Like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him.
Like, why is the other shit even like,
man? Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Jordan. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. First play of the period will be a second down. They'll try the run. Turning it on. Breaks a tackle and he's got room. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Powers through the defender. Didn't get much done on that line. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Plucks it out of the air. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. And the Tigers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. He's got him still on his feet. Touchdown, Tigers. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
So, I just didn't see that they ran 5 wide. And then, look who's guarding him. A lineman.
If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Here comes the offense onto the field again. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. It's on target and complete. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. Trying to convert this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. And the time is just a hair off. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. Solid run on the last play, sets this offense up on 1st down. Making side adjustments here. To the air on 1st down. He's got it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 2nd down coming up. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Moffitt. At the 35, he's got more. No one's going to get him. Touchdown.
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his 1st game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Nebraska is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Lincoln for some time. They're up by 21 over Cincinnati. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. Just a better play there by the defense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. They're working that left side. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Here comes the heat. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. Holding on the defense is just a gift to the offense.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, man.
They go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Pressure coming. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy. We heard he's got a chance to be really, really good. Talking with coaches this week, and he gets his first sack. Listen, guys, I'm going to pass you.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. He goes out of bounds right at the 30. Good pickup on that one.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Looking to throw on 1st down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Now on 2nd down. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Oh, he's got some space. Headed to the end zone.
I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Paul, I'm kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side.
There he goes to the right. At the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tigers.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll go out of bounds at the 27-yard line, just couldn't quite shake free. And now this offense will take the field again. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the pass. Caught on the outside. It's Moffitt. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. A new popular phrase for a favorite team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the 1st quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
From the gun. Big guy smells it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They just keep firing. It's snagged in the end zone. Touchdown. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He's forced out of bounds at his own 19-yard line. An excellent job of coverage on that one. So here comes the Auburn offense. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football.
There he goes. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's going for the big play. Makes the grab on the big throw. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the 1st half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the 1st half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the 2nd half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. Gonna run it. It's Moffitt. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Everett. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. They're lined up and ready to kick off this 2nd half. On the from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense that forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. That last howitzer was nice. How about another one just like it? Hauls it in and looking upfield. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Quarterback making checks. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
Hey, if you're the defensive coordinator, you might want to start thinking about spying this QB because of his speed and athleticism. He just showed you how he can hurt you getting out on the perimeter and then throwing. If you've got somebody athletic that can go sideline to sideline, that might be a good move moving forward.
Working that left side now. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Quick strike complete. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Motion from the wideout. Got room to work. Turning it on. And into the end zone for a touchdown.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arkansas is dominating this one, thanks to an offense that's been running hog wild since the opening kickoff. They're up 14 over Oklahoma State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Wide receiver comes in motion. He'll pull it on the read. Crosses to 35. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to 1st down. And those are some serious wheels for this Tiger quarterback, positively Nick Marshall-esque.
Yeah, and you think about Nick Marshall and that run to the national championship game. Man, they ran the football some more. His dynamic ability at the quarterback spot. All Auburn offenses that have been great have had that guy at the quarterback spot.
Grab near the sticks. It's Jordan. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays like we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll run play action.
Man, bro.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, they made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down and one that did not pay off. From the gun, running back on the move. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? They'll try to run for it. Oh, he's got some space. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that,
you don't love me.
And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go and work like they did just there, getting that first.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. All wideouts, no backs. Wants to throw it. Grab near the marker. It's Everett. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. You see his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
It's first down from the 11. To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Keep it on the ground, and he's in for the touchdown.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done, and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Jordan. He's into the open down the middle. The 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd. And
gotta be a one-play touchdown. Broken tackle.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Quarterback may change this route. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Here's a hit. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? They'll try to power their way ahead. There he goes. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. They'll give it to him again. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. He's loose down the middle.
Man, bro.
The defense with the huge
gotta be
momentum
wrong.
swing, taking it all the way in.
Gotta
They
be
could not
wrong.
have come up with a bigger play at a more opportune time. The defense getting the interception and taking it back to the house right at a point in the game when it looked like the offense was maybe going to pad their lead and seal this one. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really interesting.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man quickly. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're
Man, that shit is so bogus.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. They'll give it to the back. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities. Right back to him on the ground. Breaks it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And then defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Finds his big tight end. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give our...
Continues to fight for yards. He's loose down the left side. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. He shed tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Now this offense is back on the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give is to Smith. He has the first and still on his feet. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Might be changing the route. Wants to go up top on first down. Hauls it in. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And how about this offense running the football when you know it's going to be a run? Being the more physical squad, and this defense, man, trailing in this football game, still got those 3 timeouts, but they've got to get a stop. They've got to make a stand and start burning those timeouts.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They were trying to hit the corner on that loss, but the defense refused to lose contain.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's in for the touchdown.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Ohio State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Columbus. All that speculation all week, and now we know that Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that. It sounds as if they had a good one there.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Auburn lines up quickly. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest to deepest, widest to widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt.
Looking deep down the right side. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
The yards that these people get to get is insane.
Anything to cut into this big lead. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. Incomplete.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He's got the back in the middle. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to throw again. Under fire. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, honestly. After that incompletion now setting up third down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
Yeah, and a great job by the receivers. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart. How fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
Leaves it with the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. The offense changing the play. Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got the first down and more. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game.
You got to be impressed by how you've seen this offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the fourth quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run. They are not letting off the gas.